In this tutorial, we will try to create a model that will be used as a user login. So let's create our model. We will create a new folder, go to the folder, create the project in VS Code, open it with VS Code, then you need 3 files: index.html, whatever you call it, .html, an HTML document, then CSS file, then a JavaScript file. You need these 3 files. Now in the index.html you'll have your markup, let's say login, okay, login modal, something like this. Then go to your body and create a button to open, or you can call it login. Then this login will open our model. Now we will create our model, give it an ID of model so that we will refer it later on JavaScript, on the JavaScript. So inside this model we will have a form, and this form will have an input type of text. This might be a username, placeholder of username. Okay, now you copy this, paste, and password. We will open our project using the live server. If you don't have live server, you can go to the extensions and install it right over here. Search for live server. So it's really simple. Anyways, if you don't have live server, it doesn't matter, you can still work together. Let's open this with Google Chrome. You can use any browser you want. So we will have our project. Our project is like this, and our browser like this. So in the form, you can see form as inputs are inline elements. So we will try to make it block. Next, we will go to our CSS, select everything using the universal selector, then give it a margin of 0. Margin of 0, then padding of 0, then border box, box siding, border box, C. Okay, let's connect our CSS with our markup. Then give it a font family of sans serif. Okay, now our login needs to be styled, so we will select our login. Now this depends on you. You can style this the way you want it, so feel free to try new things. Okay, give it a color of white and give it padding of maybe 10 pixels, 25 pixels. Okay, it looks fine for me. So let's add one input field, input of submit, give it a value of login. Okay, I'm not gonna style it more, but let's just go to our let's select our form, give it a display flex, um, and flex direction of column, um, then give it a width of 50%. Okay, I guess it looks good. Might not be um, it might not be the best design, but anyways, I just want it to be in the center, so select our form. We'll also select our modal and give it a display of flex, give it a justify content center and align item center. Okay, also for our body, give it a display of flex, justify contents of center and align items of center. Okay, now let's just display none this, give it a height of 100 view height. Now it's centered. Okay, let's just remove the display none for now. For the modal, I'm going to use a position of fixed. I'm going to give it width, okay. I guess it looks good. I would select my input, then give it a margin top of 10 pixels. Okay. Now for our body, this is just about the styling, so just you can use your own styling. So for our modal, let's have background color of white. Okay, now our modal, we're going to use padding of 20 pixels. I guess it looks good for now, but yeah, the model is a little bit small, so we'll just try to make it bigger. Feel free to try your things. So input, let's give it a width of maybe 80%. Display flex top. Okay, let's just okay, for the inputs, I guess it's better to give it padding of 100 pixels. So no, It's too much. Okay, 10 pixels top pane button. Then on the right side I will have 100 pixels, then 10 pixels and 0. Okay, I guess I can add this one, so 200 pixels. Now I can oh, let's go back. Let's give it an idea of login. Login button. So we'll select our login button, then give it the same padding, but just give it 200 pixels. Yeah, now I guess it looks good. Just give it a background color of something like this. Give it a color of white. So it looks good so far. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go to my JavaScript to select our login button, then our modal, and I guess I also need something, a close button. So button close. Okay, let's search for a close button. This is a close button, so let's just use one of them. We can insert it as an image or maybe as a text. Doesn't really matter. For now I'm just going to use X. Okay, so I have my closing button. For my closing button I'm just gonna go back to my CSS. I know the CSS is not this much organized, but anyways, as I've told you, you can use your own CSS, so it really doesn't matter for now. So I have my username and password and my login, and this close over here. Let's give it a position of fixed. Give it a top. Let's just try to give it relative. Okay, I just want to put this right over here. Yeah, top 0 and right 0. Let's just give it a right 20 pixels, top 20 pixels. So this is our close button right over here. You can see our close button. We have our login button and our close button. Together we have common property, cursor pointer. So you can see. Okay, next I will I'm gonna need to give it an opacity of 0 for our model. Maybe give it an H3 or maybe an H1. Okay, so maybe one study to give it a color of some kind of blue, lighter blue. Okay, so now the thing is, I don't want to see this this page right now. I want to see this page when I click on the other login button. So to differentiate, let's use the login here for that one. So go back to my CSS. Going back to my CSS, I'm going to select my modal and display none. You can see this button over here. So this is what I'm talking about, the login button. Let's give it a border of none. Maybe a border radius of 5 pixels. I guess it's fine. So it's clickable. Let's go to our JavaScript. Then we need to select our open get element by ID, and sorry, is it login? So this is our login button. So we'll just copy and paste and use this for the close and for the modal. For the modal, we gave it an ID of modal, and for the close, we give it an ID of close. Now, when our open button is clicked, add an event listener of click. Okay. On click, what I want to do is I need to display the modal. Modal dot class list dot add. I need to add a class called open. Okay, I haven't created this, but I will do it right now. So hashtag modal dot open. Now when I click on the open button, the modal will open. So display of block maybe, and I'm gonna connect my JavaScript to my markup. So we have the open class. Then we're just gonna use the opacity property to 0. In our open, I'm just gonna use opacity of 1. Now this button is not clickable, as you can see over here. For that, I'm gonna use pointer events of none over here. Now it's clickable. In our open, I'm going to use pointer events of auto. So now it can be clicked. Okay, that's how it really works. So in our JavaScript, I have added a class called open. This open class will open our modal. So when I click on the login button over here, oh, sorry, this is login. So when I click on the login button, it will open this, and now what is left is when I click on this close button, it needs to close. So let's just copy everything from here, then close. I just need to remove the class. So refresh, then close, open, login here, maybe put some username, then password. Oh, give it a type of password. So now target programmer, maybe my password, then login. Then the next page will